Hey, what's going on, everybody? From Westfield Theater, I'm Gene Kim, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings, created by First We Feast with Sean Evans. And today I'm joined by the much-anticipated Molly Van Trees. From Ariel in Footloose to Ellen Legally Blonde, she's been the star since sophomore year. Now as a senior, she strikes again as Christine in Phantom of the Opera. She has a voice to die for, but will she survive the wings of death? Molly, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How are you with spicy food?
Very bad.
Well, I'm excited to do this interview with you. It's been a long time coming. Yeah, it's been delayed for weeks.
Yeah,
so
we were gonna do before spring break.
And now it's after spring break, but we're here now. I'm excited to do this with you. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go. By the way, let the record show, we're actually doing chicken nuggets, as per request, and playing one of the most famous characters in musical theater history. What is one thing that is as glorious as it seems, and one thing that's just a harsh reality in playing the character?
I think the best thing about playing it is just that it's so iconic. I know Phantom has been my favorite show since I was very little. I worked with my voice teacher for about a year to kind of prepare my voice for getting ready for a role like this, since it's very different from anything I've done before. So when I found out that I was cast, I was very, very excited. I mean, I cried in my living room. It was great. The hardest thing about this role is just that it's so tough. It requires a different kind of singing, and I've been way more conscious of what I eat and just the things I'm using my voice for, so that I have it healthy for this show.
When Christine first travels to the Phantom's lair, she takes a nice nap, and when she wakes up, she thinks the whole thing was a dream.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most unreal experience you've ever had?
I have to think about this one. So when I went to England in the 8th grade for the exchange program we did at Stone, I had been up the whole day before we left because we left at night. And I don't really sleep very well on planes or while I'm traveling, so I had been awake for the whole 6-hour plane ride, and when we got to England it was morning. And so we went to meet up with our homestay families, and my family had a whole day of activities planned. So I was awake for 48 hours, and I was in some weird state of delirium because I was so tired and I was jet lagged and I didn't feel well, but I was so excited to be there that I was just the whole time the first day. But yeah, that was really cool. I don't really remember a lot of that day because I was so tired, but I remember I had fun in the places I do remember being. Why do you chew so much? You're just coating your whole tongue.
I like eating.
Me too, but not this.
At the start of the show, the Phantom leads Christine down into a secret lair beneath the Opera Populaire, which is almost kind of like a whole different world in itself. In that same kind of way, Japan is kind of like its whole different world in itself.
Okay.
And so, I know that you're very intrigued with Japan and Japanese culture, so can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I had an affinity for it starting in middle school, and then when I found out that I could take it at Westfield, the language, I was very excited. Japanese takes a different kind of rigor to learn because there are 3 different alphabets and the speaking is so different than English. And I really enjoy language, and I enjoy learning about language, so I just decided, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, and I've been taking it for 4 years.
And just like the Phantom was a guide for Christine in the underground lair, when you did the Japanese exchange program, your exchange student was kind of like your guide for Japan when you went 2 years ago. And I heard you have some really interesting stories to tell about your time in Japan.
The whole time I was in Japan, basically, I made a fool of myself. At my host family's home in Fukuoka, we had like dinner the first night, and I was really excited. And there was like a bowl of eggs, and we were having sukiyaki, which is like hot pot. I assumed hard-boiled eggs because like sometimes Japanese people will put like soft-boiled eggs in their ramen. So I was like, oh, duh. I reached for one, and my host family's father was like, oh, do you know how to do it? And I was like, yeah, it's an egg. Like, duh. So I took the egg and I went to roll it in my bowl because I was like gonna take off the shell, and it was a raw egg. So I'm at this brand new family's house, and I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, I know how to crack an egg open, and I take it and then I smash it in a bowl, and the man was like, what? And I didn't know how to say. I thought it was a cooked egg, so I just kept saying cooked egg, cooked egg, cooked egg over and over again, and he was like, not a cooked egg. And then he took it from me and then like handed me a napkin. He was kind of just like, and so then I cleaned off my hand, and then he took the egg, a new egg in a new bowl, and was like, and I was like, do you understand that one? I'm gonna coat my mouth with some milk first.
I'm here with the sparkling water because I wanted a bit of a challenge. If I drink this, it's only gonna make it spicier.
You're gonna feel like terrible afterwards.
All right, let's do this. To bomb beyond insanity.
Yep, so that's happening.
This one's a kicker.
Yep.
Okay, so To Bomb Beyond Insanity is very much a turning point in the Hot Ones gauntlet. And in the show, a major turning point rests in Christine having to literally choose between going with the Phantom or going with Raoul. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna play a game of one or the other.
Okay.
Alright. New York or Chicago?
New York.
Can you tell me why?
There's more to do. I've actually never been to Chicago. Oh, my sister lives there. She really likes it, so I assume it's a good time. But I enjoy New York. I enjoy the culture of New York. Yep, I like pizza a lot.
Disney World or Japan?
Japan. More to do. Bigger. More surface area to cover.
Alright.
Yep.
Hawaii or plaid shirts?
Hawaiian. It's more fun. More fun to look at. More stuff going on. Plaid's like, boring. But Hawaiian's where it's at.
I know your dad really rocks the Hawaiian shirts.
He has a whole closet full of them.
Alright. Dogs or memes?
Memes come and go. Dogs are forever.
Last one. The ability to sing or the ability to act?
The ability to act. You can act your way through singing, but you can't sing your way through acting.
Wise words, wise words. Alright, that's all for our game. And now, it's time, Molly. So this is the last dab. We call it the last dab because it's tradition around here to put a little extra on the last wing.
Yep.
No, you don't have to if you
That
don't
is
want
so much, Gene.
Yeah, I always do a little bit too much. Alright.
I'm not playing with the devil. We doing a little baby boy. No! I'm gonna eat from the other side.
I like it. I like your ambition.
That came out way faster than I thought. Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna dunk a little bit on this side and I'm gonna eat that side. Oh no!
Alright. You want to cheers?
Want to cheers? Yeah.
Cheers.
Get this away from from me. That's not as bad. This one is way worse than that.
Yeah, I agree. I always think that the bomb is the hardest hitting one.
That's horrible. I was wrong. Oh, this one like is in the back of your throat. It's not even. Ugh, this is bad. This is really not pleasant.
It creeps up on you though. So here we are at the end of our journey. And so I want to tie our last question to the finale of the show. I don't want to give away too much, but ultimately, Christine has to learn to stand up for herself and leave a very important but also destructive part of her life.
Yep. Oh.
The harsh reality is that there are many people out there who are like Christine, only they can't escape the trap that they're in, whether that be an abusive relationship or maybe a body image. I don't know how much experience you have in this area, but if you can imagine that those people are here with us right now, what would you say to them?
At the end of the day, you're all you have. You have to take care of yourself before anyone else. So you have to do what's best for yourself. This is the worst thing I've ever done.
Well, there you have it. Molly Van Trees downing all 5 wings, and you're ending on a high note. There's nothing but good vibes going on in this room right now. How are you feeling?
Not good, Gene Kim. Not good.
Well, with nothing else left to do but to roll out the red carpet, this camera, this camera, this camera. Let the people know about the show.
Please come see Phantom. We've worked really hard on it, and I promise that the show will not be as painful as this. So please, come see it. Ah!
Took it like a champ, Molly.
I don't realize how hard it is to keep it together when I watched the giant thing of hot sauce go out.
That was gold.